Now, I posted this video about my bubblers. It's been almost 2 weeks ago. I gotta show you guys this. A little over 2 weeks, I've got roots penetrating through the plant crib, almost all the way around the crib. The great big roots on the bottom here, these are about 7 inches long. I pulled the crib out and measured. Absolutely amazing what is going on here. And I do think it's all the aeration. So here's a really cool thing we're gonna see though. I got the exact same plant. I put it into transitioning into hydro, just water at the exact same time. No bubbles. Let's see what its roots look like. What a difference. I've only got a few water roots going. These are actually old soil roots right here. These are starting to shed and rot off. Very typical when you first transition a plant. That's why it's so important to stay on top of your water changes. Keep that water clean and clear, especially on the front end. This will settle down once it establishes water roots. The water doesn't get near as dirty at all, so you can get more longevity out of your water changes, but at least once a week. So this is the result with no air. I'm gonna do a little experiment. I'm so freaking excited about this because you're gonna see this whole thing. We're gonna put two identical plants into tubes side by side. I'm gonna put a little bubbler system into one of them, and we're gonna track the root growth on these two plants. Also, this system I'm gonna set up, you guys can do this for about 35, 40 bucks. It is freaking gorgeous. Came out so nice and so easy and cheap. First of all, let me go over the two test plants and talk about those. Both of these plants are Calathea Beauty Stars. They were both put into transitioning on the exact same day. You're gonna keep track of the root growth and see exactly what happens between the two plants. Here is the marking for the non-aerated plant, and then of course the one with the bubbles in it. I went ahead and extended my system. I put a Crimson Calathea in one. She just isn't doing as good as I would like in hydro. Some plants do well, some don't. So I'm gonna see what a little bit of air pumped into her roots is gonna do for her. Same thing with my absolute favorite hydro plants are the anthuriums. I've never had one in a bubbler situation. So freaking excited to see what the result is gonna be from all this. So now, let me show you what I did for a real simple system. Here's the system I threw together. I used a larger pump because I am running 3 larger air stones. And basically what I did is I just tethered all the nozzles from the pump into one main air line, then kind of teed it off to each one of my glass vessels. And when you're choosing containers for your hydroponic plants, I prefer cylinders. I like nice wide openings so that you can clean these things easily. Also, when you set these up, see the water line? I only bring it up to a few inches from the top because what is happening here, the bubbles are breaking right here, creating a vapor which goes up, it'll gather on the leaves, and a lot of times just a residual will splash over onto the outside of the cylinder on whatever countertop you have these things placed. So be very aware of where you're placing these and make sure that the cylinder is not going to ruin your tabletops. You can always try to reduce your water line a little bit to alleviate that. The coolest thing about plants, the people that grow them. Thank you all for being such an awesome community. What a great vibe. So freaking excited to show you the results of this little experiment. And I hope you guys do this. This hydroponic thing, man, this is no joke. There is no easier way. Thanks again, PlantDaddy.pro. I sell the art of growing plants.